we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby. I took a half.
Hey students, this is Mr. Parker and I would like to welcome you to our algebraic review.
Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby. I took a half.
Alright, so our TEK today is 5.4b, represent and solve multi-step problems involving the four operations with whole numbers using equations with the letter standing for the unknown quantity. Now, students, as we establish the purpose or the reason for this lesson, we're going to look at our learning target. I can analyze and solve multi-step problems involving the four operations with whole numbers. By the end of this lesson review, you will be able to take multi-step problems with whole numbers using equations with the letter standing for the unknown quantity and break it down and understand its meaning. Now students, we have some key vocabulary for this lesson, which is addition, which is the sums of whole numbers, subtraction, differences of whole numbers, multiplication, product, the total when two or more factors are multiplied. A factor is a number multiplied by another number to find a product, and we know that a product is the answer for a multiplication problem. Products of whole numbers up to three-digit factors by two-digit factors. Now, division, we're going to be talking about the quotient, and that is the size of or measure of each group or number of groups when the dividend is divided by the divisor. Dividend, the number that is being divided. Divisor, the number the dividend is being divided by. We're going to be talking about whole numbers and quotients up to four-digit dividends and two-digit divisors. Representation of unknown quantity in an equation. Equation. What is an equation, you might ask? Well, an equation is a mathematical statement composed of algebraic and or numeric expressions set equal to each other. Now we're going to be talking about any single letter to represent the unknown quantity. And the example is 24 divided by 8 equals y. Equal sign at the beginning or the end of an unknown in any position. So we're going to be dealing with equal signs, but it's going to be either at the beginning or the end when we're searching for the unknown variable. Now, I was a student just like you, and I know one thing I used to always ask my teacher is, why should I learn this concept? When am I ever going to use this in real life or real world situation? Well, I'm glad you asked. So I'm gonna take you on a journey. So we're gonna pretend it's your birthday and your parents hand you a card. Inside the birthday card is three $20 bills and a single $5 bill. First of all, we need to find out how much money you actually have. So, who out there can tell me using that mental math? We have three $20 bills and a single $5 bill. What is the total amount of money that you received for your birthday? Well, for those out there that said $65, good job and good use of your mental math. We have three $20 bills, so we know that 20 times 3 will give us 60, and then we have a single $5 bill. So 60 plus 5 is 65. Correct answer. So now we know the total amount of money that we're dealing with. So now we're about to go into the problem. All right, so we're back. It's your birthday. Your parents hand you a card. Inside the birthday card is three $20 bills and a single $5 bill. You have $65 in total. Now, you know you want to purchase basketball tickets for yourself and a friend. Now, I don't know about you, but all this seems very what? Plausible, right? So we know you want to buy basketball tickets. Hopefully, you're buying Lakers tickets for yourself and your friend. However, there's a problem or a dilemma. Do you have enough money to purchase the Lakers tickets with enough left over to buy each of you a foot long hot dog? I don't know about y'all, but them stadium or those hot dogs that they serve when you go to like NBA games are amazing. So you want to find out if you have enough to purchase the tickets and to be able to buy you and your best friend a foot long hot dog. So what do you do? Well, all right, I know it's my birthday. I just figured out that I have $65 total. I want to go to the new to see the Lakers play, LeBron James, and also I want to be able to purchase my purchase for myself and my best friend a hot dog. So now the first thing that I'm thinking is I need to figure out first of all how much do the tickets cost and how much does the hot dogs cost. Those numbers are going to be very important for me to be working on any equation to try to find out if I'm going to have any money left or anything, or maybe even have any money, period. All right, students. So we're back. All right. So your parents, they went online, they Googled and found out that the basketball tickets that you want to buy to see the Lakers play cost $25. LeBron James, nah. But each foot long hot dog costs an additional $7. Your best friend been bugging you because they've been to a professional NBA game and they know how spectacular these hot dogs are. So now you have to write an equation to represent M, the amount of money you have left after the basketball game. But we're dealing with real life scenarios. So not only do you have to worry about what if you have some money left, but you also have to think about do you have even enough money to complete this birthday basketball bash? That's something you got to think about. Maybe you don't even have enough money to be able to purchase yourself as well as your best friend a ticket and purchase both of you a hot dog. So that's why we're gonna have to create this equation to find out what how much it's gonna cost and what's left over, if anything. All right. So now we know that M equals something, but what exactly is the equation that represents the unknown letter quantity? So we know that M represents an unknown letter and an unknown quantity, but we have to actually figure out what is the equation to find M. So what can we do? All right. So what can we do? Well, we remember from previous lessons that to help bring clarity and accuracy to equations, we group symbols such as multiplication and division. So let's visit our problem again. So we're going to go back and look at the problem or the dilemma that we're facing right now about our birthday bash. All right, so we know that each basketball ticket costs $25 and each foot long hot dog costs $7. Now you have to write an equation to represent M, the amount of money you have left after the basketball game. Not only must you think of the possibility of what could be left, But as I stated earlier, what if you don't even have enough money to complete this birthday basketball bash period? It's two of you going to the game, correct? So that means two tickets that cost $25 and two hot dogs that cost $7 a piece. So as you can see, we have two separate multiplication problems we're looking at. 2 times 25, which is going to represent the amount it's going to cost for the tickets, and 2 times 7, which is going to represent the amount it's going to cost for the hot dogs. You got it. All right, so right now we have 2 times 25 and 2 times 7. All right, so however, if I simply put m equals 2 times 25 plus 2 times 7, is this a clear equation or does it need to be grouped to ensure our accuracy? So should we just leave it like this, or maybe should we group it and make it a little bit more clear for us? I'm not saying that you can't solve it like this, but remember when we group equations, we do it to help ensure our accuracy. So is there something that I could do? Ding, ding, ding. Great thinking. Yes, it needs to be grouped using our symbols for grouping to make this equation. First, let's group all the numbers first into one central location. So first, we're just going to group all of the numbers, all of the digits, the entire equation to get it in one central location. So we're going to use our brackets. And as you can see, we have our brackets that are surrounding 2 times 25 plus 2 times 7. So another way that we could say this actually is 2 times 25 plus the what? Sum of 2 times 7. Correct. Good job. Good thinking. All right. Now, can we group this equation even more to make it more clear? So we already have it in brackets. Can we go a step further? Yes, we can. Now, we can group this a step further, and we're going to actually use our parentheses. So now we have our full equation for our unknown quantity. We have m equals 65, and the 65 represents what? Yes, the total amount of money we have. So we have m equals 65, and then we have our brackets that's grouping our equation together. It's 2 times 25 plus the sum of 2 times 7. Now let's do my favorite part of algebra.
And simplify the problem. Are you ready? Let's go. Now, watch this video as I walk you through the steps to simplify this equation. Stay tuned.
All right, students, so now we're about to simplify this equation, m equals 65. All right, now first thing we're going to do when we simplify is we're going to make sure that we use our PEMDAS that I taught you. Please excuse my dear Aunt Shaniqua. Parentheses or brackets. Exponents, remember we don't use those. I'm going to write them right here just so we can remember. Please excuse my dear Aunt Shaniqua. And we know that stands for parentheses or brackets, exponents, which we will not be using in 5th grade. That's above my pay grade. All right. Multiplication, our division, addition, and subtraction. Now, one thing I recommend you, anytime you're doing a problem that requires the order of operation, to write your PEMDAS on the side so you could check it off to make sure that you're going by. Now remember, our P stands for yes parentheses, but also brackets as well. So, and that's why some people like to use GEMS, but I grew up with PEMDAS, so we're going to be using PEMDAS today. All right, so first thing we know, parentheses or brackets. So we're going to work what's inside of our brackets first. And remember, when we work equations, we always work from what? Yes, that's correct. Left to right. So, and so we're going to start right here, and we're going to start with our first. Our first parentheses, and we have 2 times 25. Now we know that 25 multiplied by 2 is going to give us what? 2 times 5 is, yep, 10. Bring our 0 down, carry our 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, 5. Good job. So that's 50. So I draw my little arrows right here, and I'm bringing down my what? My product of which was 50. Good job. Now, next I'm going to go ahead and bring down my addition sign. So 50 plus whatever we find, which is 2 times 7, whatever the product of 2 times 7 is. And just knowing my math facts, I know 2 times 7 is what, kids? Correct, 14. All right. Now, are we done yet? No, not by a long shot. What do we do? Now we must go ahead and add what's left inside of our brackets. Go ahead and add our numbers, which is 50 plus 14. What's 50 plus 14? All right. 0 plus 4 is 4 every day and twice on Sunday. 5 plus 1 is 6. So right now, our sum we have is 60 what? 4. Now, is the answer complete? No, because if you go back to our learning target, we said we're going to be working on what? Multi-step problems. And we already did multiple steps. Now we're going to do another step. Now we have 64. We solved everything within our brackets and parentheses, but now we have to look outside. What's outside? We have a 65. 65 subtracted by whatever our sum was within our brackets. So now we have 65 minus 64. I don't even have to work that out to know that 65 subtracted by 64 is dun dun dun. 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 6 is 0. So the answer is 1. So Kinley had one. She has $1 left. If she
decides to go with her birthday bash basketball finales, she would have $1 left.
All right, so we found our answer, and it was simple. You brought that boy? No, I'm joking. All jokes aside, but now you realize that's one of my students would have said, probably. Now, on a serious note, you realize that you only have $1 left. So maybe that's not the wisest decision to spend all of your birthday money on a basketball game and a hot dog for you and a friend. Maybe you're gonna realize, be like, wow, you know what? That new Fortnite season coming out next week. Maybe I could save some of my money to make sure I get some V-Bucks so I'm suited, and booted. I got all my got the cleanest, freshest attire or costume, whatever they do. Or maybe you want to spend your money on blocks or Robux or Robux or Roblox. Yeah, Robux. I think that's it. Yeah. But whatever you choose is entirely up to you. But now you have the skills to at least be able to figure out what that unknown quantity would have been. All right, class. Now it's your turn to try. I've walked you through a problem myself, the mystery of Kinley's birthday bash. We went through that. We figured out how this concept connects the real world when it comes to budgeting and just money in general. Now it's your turn to try. In this particular problem, wait, I think I've been saying Kinley the whole time, and I forgot that we never identified who the person was. It could have been anybody. However, still, let's keep going. But for this particular problem, Kinley received $55 for her report card. She purchased skating ring tickets and a slice of pizza for herself and for her friend. Each skating ring ticket cost $8. Each slice of pizza cost $5. Kinley wrote an equation to represent N, the amount of money she had left after the skating outing. And we have an equation, N equals 55, subtracted by, we're in our brackets. Now we can actually translate this, and we could say 2, what would you say? 2 times 8 plus the sum of 2 times 5. All right, so we're going to use this equation as a way to try to find out how much money she had left after her skating ring trip with her friend. So you're going to do this independently on your own, and I will be seeing you soon. All right, students. Well, it's the end of our lesson. I know it's the saddest part of your day. But today, we went over, anybody remember what the learning target was for today? Anybody? Hello? Does anybody remember? Oh, I knew you did. Yep, that's right. The learning target was I can analyze and solve multi-step problems involving the 4 operations with whole numbers to help us identify an unknown quantity. Well, you know what they say, an apple a day keeps the teacher away, or the dentist, something like that. Anyway, have a good day. See you soon, or see you Zoom.
Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, I took